The reopening of the Rafah crossing will be an extremely significant move, and it comes after pressure from the European Union, the World Health Organization and the United Nations. Antonio Guterres actually getting involved in this discussion as well, saying that there are some 2,500 children in the Gaza Strip who are in urgent need of medical evacuation because they are at risk of imminent death. So the situation then would be a reopening of the Rafah crossing on a temporary basis in order to allow for medical evacuations from the Gaza Strip. Now, that is something that we understand is ongoing and is going to happen imminently. So obviously we're looking for developments there. On the other side of the Rafah crossing, meanwhile, just to sort of give you the context, Rafah in the south of the Gaza Strip, bordering Egypt. On the Egyptian side of the crossing, there's been a demonstration throughout the morning regarding Donald Trump's plan to relocate people from Gaza to other countries, and one of the countries he named was Egypt. This has been widely condemned by all the countries that Trump has mentioned as possible destinations for the people of the Gaza Strip, basically moving them out and putting them in places such as Egypt, Jordan. Trump is saying that that is something that he would like to see happen. Hamas is saying this would be a forced repatriation. They talk about it being effectively a war crime. The situation, of course, within the Gaza Strip, there is huge devastation due to Israel's bombardment since October the 7th, 2023. For instance, all the families moving back to the north of Gaza to try to refine their communities and their homes will just move into basically square kilometres of rubble. Desperate need of humanitarian aid there. We have news on that one too. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency, which was set up in 1949 to care for Palestinian refugees, were forcibly closed by an Israeli law just yesterday. UNRWA will continue to provide humanitarian aid as best it possibly can, and it is needed so much in the north of Gaza. 130,000 tents, for instance, are needed in the 33 makeshift camps that have been set up there to help people who are currently sleeping among the rubble. The hostages released, or to be released on Saturday, of course, has been named. You've been dealing with that one already. 90 Palestinian prisoners will be coming the other way. The equation works out for every civilian hostage, 30 Palestinian prisoners will be released, and we'll bring you on that, of course, as that happens and evolves throughout Saturday. I have some news of the situation to the north of Israel. In Lebanon, Israeli airstrikes taking place earlier on the Bekaa Valley around Baalbek. Two men were killed in that. At least 10 are reported to have been taken to hospital with their injuries. The ceasefire there, which was agreed back in November, looking increasingly fragile. There was a 60-day deadline which has expired now for Israel to retreat to the border. That isn't happening, and of course the situation is one we're monitoring very, very closely indeed. We understand too that Benjamin Netanyahu is having a meeting of his security cabinet, so we're looking for a reaction from that too.